Auckland Football Association under 15 District Boys Club final. Maidstone against Bishop Auckland. And we'll kick it off in a few minutes.
Hello everybody and welcome to Worcester and Sixway Stadium for this plate final for the under-15s District Boys Cup, which sees Maidstone take on Bishop Auckland. Two sets of players are out onto the field and just undergoing their pre-match respect handshakes before we'll be ready to get this game off and underway. I will run you through the two team lineups then, starting with Maidstone. They have in goal number 1 Luke Savage, number 14 Jesse Adore, number 3 Ronnie Cholly, number 4 Harry Short, number 5 Alfie Cragg, who's the skipper, number 15 Connor Keeley, number 7 Ellis Shadwell, number 8 Teddy Cooney, number 16 Freddie Ralph, number 10 Kushal Gurung, and number 12 Cameron Hill. That's their starting lineup. The substitutes are the substitute goalkeeper number 13 Jackson Tester, 2 Charlie Pringle, 6 Fraser Colley, 9 Oscar Hall, and 17 Freddie Preston. The manager is Errol Cholly. For Bishop Auckland then, in goal for Bishop Auckland is number 1 Ryan Johnson. The rest of their starting lineup is number 2 Ethan McLaughlin, number 3 Harry Stewart, number 4 Charlie Berry, number 5 Jake Toes, number 6 Thomas Aspinall, number 7 the captain Travis Dixon, number 8 Alexander Beattie, number 9 Finley Rose, number 10 Ashton Houlihan, and number 11 James Wales. 5 substitutes available to Bishop Auckland as well. They are number 12 Noah Fawcett, number 13 James Barron, who is the substitute goalkeeper, number 14 Harvey Longstaff, number 15 Luke Tabara, and 16 Jaden Thompson. The manager is Joe Mason. Looking forward to this one then. I'm Isaac Barrington taking you through the action here today for Saturday evening's showing of the plate final of the under-15s District Boys Cup, the English Schools Football Association finals. Maidstone will get us off and underway. Bishop Auckland in the blue kit, kicking from left to right as we look at it. In this first half, referee Ian McGuinness blows his whistle and we are off and underway. The assistant referees for this one, by the way, are Mark Burford and Nick Phipps.
It's Maidstone against Bishop Auckland. Make some noise for some of the match this afternoon and get behind the lights.
Toes. Across to the left back now, then infield to Berry. Twisting and turning, that's a attempted ball to the right flank, but it was intercepted by the captain Cragg for Maidstone. Now Ralph. To the goalkeeper goes Thomas Aspinall, to keeper Ryan Johnson. Here's Stewart. Good ball forward where it's set back by Ashton Houlihan. Good old-fashioned 1 to 11 starting for Bishop Auckland. It's a nice knock down the line for McLaughlin to get after. McLaughlin just tried to feed the ball through the legs of Chorley there, and the referee spotted the tug back on the shirt of Ronnie Chorley. Julia awards the free kick the way of Maidstone. We've played 1.5 at the start of this final. It's a game which is made up of 40 minutes each way in the under-15s category. If we are level at the end of the 80 minutes, we'll be straight to spot kicks to determine a winner. Maidstone throw it. Charlie assessing his options, then throws down the line. Met well in the air by Houlihan. Dixon felt he was fouled there, but nothing forthcoming the way of the officials. Pushing the back was spotted by the assistant referee, and the referee blows his whistle to give the free kick here, the way of Maidstone, which goalkeeper Luke Salvage has come to take, just outside of his penalty area. Taking it short to Keeley, happy to work their way out from the back of Cameron Hill. Running forward here with the ball at his feet is Cooney. Cooney goes for goal, and Cooney finds it! The dream start for Maidstone. Teddy Cooney with an absolute beauty. Barely 3 minutes on the clock, and Maidstone lead already. Not the start that Bishop Auckland were looking for, that's for certain. But what a confidence boost for Maidstone that is. And Teddy Cooney, with the game's first shot, finds the back of the net. Bishop Auckland looking to respond immediately. Headed out and as far as Berry. Berry here to Rose. It's towed across and very nearly towed in. Couldn't come much closer to an instant response, really. Agonisingly close for Bishop Auckland. They certainly haven't let their heads drop since conceding that goal. Oh, what a lively start. Cooney scores at one end for Maidstone, and nearly instantly down the other end Aspinall sees his effort right in amongst the goalmouth, denied by goalkeeper Savage. Forward ball to Dixon, but the offside flag was raised anyhow. The goalkeeper on hand to gather. Offside flag raised again, so it's the second time in quick succession that Charles Dixon's been caught in behind the Maidstone back line. Sent long from the left peg of Connor Keeley. Possession back with Bishop Auckland. Set back by Wales. Offside flag raised again. It's 3 offsides given against Bishop Auckland already at the start of this final. The final in which Maidstone come out of the traps at a lightning fast pace. Although saying that, the only opportunity they've had really is the one that they've scored from. Houlihan, free kick. Houlihan was caught late there. Referee brings it back for that foul. It's taken short with Bishop Auckland, keen to get on with things quickly. It's taken short to Berry. That's an excellent challenge by the goal scorer, Cooney. Excellent throw forward there by McLaughlin. Got really good distance on that. Well defended though. To Gurung. Set back by Gurung, who wants it back. Ricochet off Gurung. Slipped through by Travis Dixon. This time the flag stays down. This is Rose. Delivers a decent looking ball into the penalty area. Might break for Dixon. Good challenge, really good challenge. Short plays it up. Well, if the start's anything to go by, we've got an excellent cup final on our hands here. There's a late challenge, but the referee's looking to play an advantage here. Gurung was after the longer pass forwards, but Maidstone didn't make anything of that referee's advantage. McLaughlin. Forward ball controlled by Finley Rose. Rose slips it through. It was left by the offside player Dixon. Left instead for Houlihan, but the goalkeeper, Nick Savage, was on hand. And he needed to be as well, because that was clever, really, from Captain Dixon, knowing he was in the offside position, to leave that to run through for Houlihan to chase after. And the goalkeepers might have just stayed back on their line there. Sent long by Johnson. Dixon looking to get in behind again. Dixon, this time the flag stays down. It's 1-1. Travis Dixon, the Bishop Auckland skipper, gets them back level. What a start to the game. Teddy Cooney with the goal to give Maidstone the lead. That's been cancelled out by Dixon's goal there. One apiece. Did look tight, didn't it, in terms of the offside call. Dixon, who's already been caught offside a couple of times, always looking to play on the shoulder of the last defender. That time judged to have timed his run to perfection. Goalkeeper Savage that time came and didn't get, didn't he? But Dixon still had work to do. Now it's Bishop Auckland with the momentum. And that sold McLaughlin short. Ralph intercepted. Corner. Probably the best opening 10 minutes as a neutral that we could have hoped for. Really has been full of action. Corner set piece here is delivered high into the penalty area. On the follow-up, it was a hopeful swing of the right boot of Connor Keeley. Goal kick taken short. Berry often in the central defensive midfield role for the ball out from the back there, but didn't get it. That's the goalkeeper. Not the exact distance that Johnson would have been looking for, but still bouncing around with many a player battling for the ball. Possession lost there too short. To Houlihan. Gurung dispossessed by McLaughlin. To Berry, who was fouled. Defender just came through the back of Charlie Berry there, didn't he? Despite the complaints, looked to clear decision for the referee to give. Well, just take a breather, because really in the last minute only as the game settled down somewhat. 1-1. Where is the game's next goal coming from? Good ball forwards. They're looking for Edor. Edor inside onto his left, plays it across. This is Gurung. Excellent defending initially, then a couple throw themselves at it again to scramble full possession. Gurung saw the potential route to goal closed down so quickly. Bodies on the line defending for Bishop Auckland. Just for a split second there, it looked as though Maidstone number 10, Kushal Gurung, was about to restore their lead. Well, Bishop Auckland responded well to the Maidstone goal, and I think it's fair to say that Maidstone have responded equally well to the goal that they conceded as well. So it's a game which has seen the pendulum swing one way then the other. Header forward by Ashton Houlihan. Rose forward to Houlihan, onside. Houlihan delivers into the area. Again, it was Dixon on the end of it. Would have been a spectacular finish. Struck the ball sweetly enough, didn't he? But just unable to keep it down. He's their main threat. Certainly looks that way.
Step up! Go give it the time!
Gurung brings the ball under his spell here. Muscled away from it again, and then Gurung perhaps just shows his frustrations a bit too much. The referee penalises him.
Use it! Finlay! Fred, well done, son!
McLaughlin winds up this throw-in. Sent long, directly towards the edge of the penalty area, bypassed plenty of Maidstone defenders, that did. Here's Cooney, goal scorer for Maidstone, that time dispossessed, and I think he's taken a whack on the knee as well in doing so. Berry just checked his shoulder before receiving that.
Good lad, that's all right. Alex, stay there.
Stewart.
Good.
Here to Harry Stewart. They're looking to slip the knee pass through the eye of an eagle to Houlihan. It was intercepted. Now through here potentially for Maidstone. The shot to goal, cannons back off the woodwork. Oh, so close for Jesse Order. Maidstone there will feel that they should maybe have had their lead back. Inches away from Adore restoring that lead. Dixon takes that throw in quickly down the line. Saw them take a quick free kick earlier, didn't we? Bishop Auckland, and they've been keen to get on with things every time the ball's gone dead. That's excellent play from Cooney to spin away from the first defender. Cooney goes on, and Cooney goes for goal as well, and it wasn't too far away, but the skill initially was brilliant. Really, really good to get past the first defender and then the second before shifting the ball to the right to just work that half a yard to get the shooting opportunity away. playing a little swagger out there after his early stunner. Cancelled out there by Dixon's goal. 1-1. It's a risky option to employ in the defensive third. Maidstone coming forward again. Goalkeeper gathers comfortably. Dixon comes to receive off Johnson there. Charlie will take this throw. Charlie sends it down the line. It's met well in the air by Beattie. Chipped forward by Dixon, but Rose was never favourite to get on the end of it. Intercepted well by Houlihan. Houlihan then went lunging in, but the referee's played advantage. He has stopped it for an injury concern, but isn't going to bring it back for the free kick. Feels that Maidstone had the opportunity to utilise an advantage there. It was a late lunge though, surprised them not at least a talking to for that or subsequent punishment. Harry Short, who is the player down, just receiving treatment following that latest collision. It was a late tackle, wasn't it? Gives the opportunity here for, well, all the players bar Harry Short to come across and take some fluids on board, some messages from the coaching team as well. Difficult to call, isn't it, really, which of the two managers, Harold Charlie for Maidstone or Joe Mason for Bishop Auckland, will be the happier of the two at the moment. I'd be inclined naturally perhaps to say Joe Mason of Bishop Auckland, just because of the way in which they conceded first but responded so well. Momentum probably slightly with them, but Maidstone look really strong out there. Created themselves some great scoring opportunities since conceding as well, if you think of the go-wrong chance and of course the effort which Cannon back off the woodwork when Jesse Adore came so close to scoring Maidstone's second. Really, really good final. Referee here restarts play with drop ball. It's forward to Berry. Chips it forward, looking to play over the top of Shadwell's head, but managed to flick the ball past. Shadwell's then been bypassed. This is a great run forward, and then the cut back. Might break to the edge of the area, it does, but it's blocked. Really important block, because that was really goal bound. Coming through bodies like that, the goalkeeper probably would have seen that late and found that difficult. Scoring penalised again. Second foul that he's committed. Baltimore Bishop Auckland take that set piece free kick quickly. Cooney, can he spark for Maidstone? It's back now with Cragg. Adore. Excellent driving forward with the ball at his feet. Adore just forced to check back though. Retains possession through Harry Short. He was okay to continue following that injury concern. Cooney goes for goal, deflected, corner. We're past the midway point of this first half. One apiece after that lightning fast start to the game. Harry Short will take this corner from the right flank. Two hands in the air as the signal. Swung in high. Goalkeeper gets two palms on it, but it wasn't gathered. And then the looping effort drops onto the roof of the net. But perhaps the goalkeeper was going to try and catch that, Ryan Johnson, but opted for the no-risk strategy of just pushing the ball away, but in doing so, mentioned it being no risk, almost brought the risk upon himself by creating the second phase of attack. Beattie. Here's Stewart. Good defensive work done there by Ador. Throw-in taken there down the line to the Bishop Auckland goal scorer Dixon. Dixon holding off the pressure of Ador. Houlihan delivers a decent looking ball towards the back post, but it was just slightly too high in the end for Wales. Nice idea though, to try to pick out the right winger coming in off that flank towards the back post. Excellent footwork by McLaughlin. Ador perhaps just slightly overran that and then ran into a couple of players whilst doing so. Here's Wales. Wales looking to slip it neatly through. It was intercepted. Ador is fouled. .25 gone. Moving ball on that free kick. Surely the referee either didn't see it or was satisfied. This is Toes in the left centre back role for Bishop Auckland. Well brought out of defence by his centre back partner Aspinall. Charlie. Linesman's indicating for a free kick there. The referee didn't feel that way. The linesman signalled and the referee obliges in giving the free kick. Just waiting for Ethan McLaughlin to retie his shoelaces, and Maidstone now will be permitted to take this kick. Long it goes into the area where it's headed onto the edge. It breaks here for Cooney again, who might try his luck from range again, and Cooney does, and that's not far away. 3 sighters he's had now, isn't it, Teddy Cooney? One of them rippled the back of the net, the other two have been too wayward. Good challenge by Ador. Dixon turns in field. Plays the ball off with his favoured left peg. Cross now to Wales. Wales slides it across the face of goal, and coming in at the back post is Houlihan, and the referee points for a penalty. Big call made by referee McGuinness. Deemed a foul on Ashton Houlihan, who it looked for all the world was going to turn it in at the back post. Referee with no doubt in his mind, and this now is a golden chance for Bishop Auckland. 12 yards out. Can they convert? It's going to be the man who won the penalty, Houlihan, who's going to take it. Ashton Houlihan steps up, right-footed, and slots it in. The goalkeeper, Luke Savage, went the right way, but was unable to keep it out. And Bishop Auckland here, having conceded so early on, have turned this final on its head. It's 2-1. Ashton Houlihan with the goal from the penalty spot. And now Maidstone really left to rue those missed opportunities, notably the Gurung chance, and also obviously the door opportunity as well, which came back off the post. Goalkeeper out of his penalty area, well to clear. Offside. Free kick from the back for Bishop Auckland. They'll be feeling much happier about the way things have gone since that early setback. Shielding back to the goalkeeper, and Johnson, who half hesitated initially, managed to come and claim before any opportunity came from that for Maidstone. Down the left, Bishop Auckland go again. Dixon, who's venturing onto that left flank more and more as this half progresses. It's miscontrolled. Could have proved problematic, but it didn't in the end for Bishop Auckland, and toes. Ten to go until the break. Still yet to see a substitution in the first half hour of this game. Because of course roll on roll off subs if managers want to utilise those options from the bench and change how things are going. Certainly trying to impact that. Ultimately down to the players on the field, of course. Gurung. There'll be a corner. I thought that took a final touch off Kushal Gurung, but the referee gives it as a corner. The word said about this if it's a route to goal for Maidstone. Swung high towards the 6-yard line, it's dealt with. Well cleared to a door. Deemed a strong but fair challenge by Adore, who looks to pick out Gurung again, but time is unable to do so. away by Shadwell.
Trust his feet! Trust his feet!
Dixon. To Houlihan, who sees the ball taken away from him from his blind side. Adore. Ball's crossed there, closed down, it goes out for the throw-in. Taken there into the feet of Gurung, who returns back to the throw-in taker. Still high, but too high for Ralph, who's desperately trying to get something on it. Instead it's Bishop Auckland's James Wales, who came to meet well. Final touch there. Takes it out for the goal kick. First substitution of the game is now being readied, and it is for the side who trail Maidstone. Oscar Hall, the number 9, is coming on. So it's an attacking change. Kushal Gurung just asked by the manager Harold Cholly to move over onto this left flank, I believe, and Oscar Hall will take a position up front. The player who's been replaced is Freddie Ralph. Houlihan. McLaughlin. Cross here to Beattie. Cholly, nice first time ball into his captain Cragg. It's a nice pass as well with the outside of Cragg's right foot to look for Gurung into the area. Breaks here for Adore. What a save that is by Johnson. Because Jesse Adore must have thought when he struck it that was bound for the top corner. Struck it with enough conviction, didn't he? Perhaps the direction of it was just slightly anticipated. It's a fine stop by the Bishop Auckland shot stopper. Wales looking to pick out Dixon down the right channel. Goalkeeper thought about trying to shield that behind, I think, but in the end took no chances in just tapping it out of play. Goal kick.
Look left! Look left! Alex, look for the cross, good lad!
Keeley. Keeley looking for the run over Door. Well in the air by Stewart. Dixon using the sole of his foot well to travel with the ball there down the left side. It's allowed to run through comfortably to the goalkeeper. Bowled out by Savage. Corner, and this is another set piece opportunity for Maidstone. Just need to ensure that the delivery on it is there to be attacked in the centre. Can't afford to be wasteful. Wide right corner then. will be an in-swinger taken left-footed, high towards the back post, but in the end it is a wasteful delivery. Just swung far too much, that. Cleared the stanchion at the back, never mind the goalmouth area. Good header by the captain, Cragg. Cooney. Adore. Able to keep it in. Here's Houlihan. Back to the goalkeeper Johnson with a lack of options elsewhere. Aspinall, that pass is loose and straight to Gurung. Ball ends up back with the keeper Johnson. It's another let off at the back though for Bishop Auckland, who just on a couple of moments, just a couple of occasions, now have been somewhat lacklustre in giving the ball away in those types of situations. Would wonder whether that there from Cameron Hill could have been allowed to run back to Luke Savage at Maidstone's defensive end. No chances being taken by Hill. Here's Houlihan. Crossed in for the goalkeeper to deal with. It was testing. I thought the goalkeeper got a touch on that, but perhaps it was already behind. Goal kick's the decision. Get off the ground with that goal kick though from Savage. That's a nice give and go. This is Finley Rose. Rose across the face of goal. Dixon's lurking. Breaks out here instead for Berry. This wave of attack, remember, coming from that miscued goal kick that looked from our angle as though it should have been a corner anyhow. Gurung. Great switch of play and a nice control by Shaw's. Into additional time at the end of this first half. Let's see how long the referee allows this to run for. There was that stoppage with an injury concern, wasn't there, where both sets of players came across to near side for 30 seconds, a minute or so. I can't reach the ball. Up to Dixon. Seems to have been at the forefront of many things good for Bishop Auckland in this first half, doesn't he? Travis Dixon, the captain. There, the free kick is awarded the way of Maidstone. It looks in actual fact as though it's going to be a throw-in taken. It sounded, certainly the referee did blow his whistle for something, but just attending to the situation and giving a throw-in for that. Checking the watch from referee Ian McGuinness. Walk down in the centre circle, and Bishop Auckland find themselves a third before the break. Then just might, you know, rounded the goalkeeper here is Berry. Berry across the face of goal, and it's agonisingly close to that third for Bishop Auckland as Dixon heads over. Just really would have changed the picture if Bishop Auckland had taken a 2-goal lead into the break. A game which has been so tightly contested, to see distance between the teams on the scoreline would have been somewhat a shock, really. It's not that way, but Bishop Auckland do have themselves a slender 1-goal advantage having turned it around since the opening minutes when Teddy Cooney scored an absolutely stunning goal for Maidstone. But since then, the goal for Travis Dixon, the Bishop Auckland captain, and then from the penalty mark, Ashton Houlihan converted. It means at the break here, it's Maidstone 1, Bishop Auckland 2. Welcome back then everyone for the second half of this plate final for the Under-15s District Boys Cup, which will actually conclude the plate finals for the English Schools Football Association this season as well. At the break then, it's Bishop Auckland who have the advantage, having turned it around in that first half. Let's see which way this tie will swing from here as the second period of 40 minutes gets underway then, and it's Bishop Auckland who get the game going once more. Throw in for Maidstone. Charlie takes it down the line. From showing in the first half, it feels as though there's still a very real chance that either of these two teams go on and really take a firm foothold in the game. And, you know, if Bishop Auckland score next, which they very nearly did before half-time, that then kind of changes the picture. Offside flag raised, to the disappointment of those supporting Bishop Auckland down below, where I'm positioned in commentary position up on the gantry here at Sixway Stadium. It's the home of Worcester Warriors Rugby Club usually. Centre stage today for this final. On this overcast Saturday evening. Charlie. Forward ball there looking for Oscar Hall, who was brought on as a substitute in the first half, wasn't he? This is Charlie. Effort at goal is on target, but straight to the keeper. Well intercepted there, and it might start the attack, although there's a injury concern actually here as the shot's fired in from extremely long way out, and plenty of power behind it, but not the direction. Concern is for Charlie, but looks as though he wants to continue without treatment and soldier on. Could be tested straight away here, as it looks as though the goal kick's going in that direction. Instead it comes more centrally to the left centre back rather than left back. Ball forward from Houlihan to find Dixon. Houlihan wasn't actually able to control that. That's an obvious free kick to give for the foul on BT.
What are you talking about?
Referee with the vanishing spray. Just pacing out the required distance for the ball, although it's extremely far out free kick that will more than likely be delivered towards the back post area, I would presume. Never know though what's going through the mind potentially, and it's a effort at goal, which it would have been a screamer from there really. Maidstone are preparing their second change of this game. It's being readied for the next break in play. Aspinall goes to ground there and takes that free kick quickly. No chance for Maidstone to make that change. It's Colley waiting in the wings to come on. Berry against the referee, who apologises and, as per protocol, the game will restart here with a uncontested drop ball 4 metres away, with the requirement of the defensive team. Wide of the target with the effort there from Houlihan. Change being made then here for Maidstone. Fraser Colley coming on. Colley on to replace Cameron Hill in the right centre-back role. Colley immediately involved in playing that out from the back for Maidstone. Cleared long and forward, looking for a door. Just a little bit scrappy out there at the start of this second half, certainly in comparison to the lightning fast start that we saw to the game in the very, very early stages. Understandable for it to settle down somewhat, I guess, though. No pressure to receive that there. It's a lacklustre error, though, isn't it, really, to play back to the throwing taker in an offside position, unforced. Always a disappointing one, right under the nose of the linesman as well on the far side. Excellent turn by Houlihan. Just faked to go the one way and then shifted the ball the other, but he was quickly closed down and ran into traffic. Berry. BT. Sent long forward by Savage. He wasn't happy with himself for that clearance, but certainly wasn't worse. Clearance downfield. Taken quickly there by Cooney. Gurung trying to win the ball back off McLaughlin, but it's the Bishop Auckland right back who steams forward down that right flank. Just ran out of room though over on that far side. Took a heavy touch which took it out of play. Gurung back here to Colley. Collected comfortably by the goalkeeper. Then receives it back off centre back Colley. It's a good ball forwards. Dixon looking to chip it in behind the back line. Set back here for Dixon, who will strike. It's deflected. And the ricochet takes it straight into the arms of the goalkeeper.
Step it out, push hard. Second, good man.
Berry. Referee McGuinness there was trying to play the advantage for Bishop Auckland, but deemed it not suitable. Instead, awards them the free kick. Another change here for Bishop Auckland. Well, another change. In fact, it's the first change made by Joe Mason, the Bishop Auckland manager, as he brings on Noah Fawcett. Fawcett immediately joins the Bishop Auckland attack. That's Beattie, the player who's been replaced, and it's toe towards goal. Is that another penalty? It is! Goalkeeper penalised. Fawcett literally just introduced, and with his very first touch prodded it away from Savage, and it's another penalty kick. Maidstone not happy with the decision. Probably not happy with how things have gone ever since conceding that equaliser. Protests led by the captain Alfie Cragg, but not going to change the decision made by the referee now. It looked a penalty. Houlihan scored the spot kick in the first half. It looks as though instead here it's going to be Finley Rose. Houlihan handing over duties. Goalkeeper went the right way for the penalty in the first half, but was unable to keep it out. Big moment this. If Finley Rose scores, then Bishop Auckland are well on their way to victory. Rose does score! And indeed, Bishop Auckland open up a 2-goal advantage. And it's a long, long way back for Maidstone now. Excellent penalty, wasn't it? Ran up with such conviction and confidence. Composure personified. Finley Rose makes no mistake. .51 on the clock. And Maidstone with it all to do. Into the feet there of Hall. What an inspired substitution, by the way, that was. Noah Fawcett winning a penalty with his first touch. Some introduction. Fawcett that time wins his side the free kick. Just a one-man wall for this wide free kick. It's going to be delivered into the penalty area where there's 5. Make that 6 now. Blue shirts waiting for it. It's a cute ball delivered in though. The angle on it wasn't quite going to work out really. Given away at the back there for Maidstone. Again might cause issues. Colley coming across from the right side to sweep up and put it out of play for the throw-in. Houlihan. Bishop Auckland throw. It's a frustrating period of the game this now for Maidstone, isn't it? Delivered in there towards James Wales, who was extremely close to getting something onto the end of it. The referees initially pointed for the goal kick. I thought that was a corner. The referee overrules the original decision in giving the corner kick. Well, they got to the correct call at the end. Wide right corner again here then for Bishop Auckland. Offering as a potential short was Rose, but instead it's swung high into the area. The header was met well by Wales. Appeals for a third penalty were waved away by the referee. It would have been harsh to give handball from that close proximity, despite any other factors really. Knocked away at the back post by Gurung, because there was a couple lurking around the back, one of which was Ashton Houlihan, and that had to be dealt with in a defensive sense by Maidstone and Gurung in particular. Flurry of corners. And he goes this time towards the near post. It was allowed to bounce, and Aspinall aimed to bring it under his spell, didn't. Cooney comes away with the ball. Seems like a long time ago since he got the scoring underway, doesn't it? Great challenge. Late lunge at Cooney. Don't know from here whether there was actually any contact made, but the intent was certainly there. And the referee opts to give the free kick. Looks a foul. Out of the four, I think it's fair to say that that latest goal is probably the only one in which we haven't seen an excellent response from the team who conceded to it, although saying that, they came close there at Maidstone. Captain Cragg forcing the save from goalkeeper Johnson. But overall in the past few minutes it's been Bishop Auckland who have still continued to apply the pressure following that penalty, which was converted so expertly by Rose. Opportunity now though perhaps from this set piece for Maidstone. Header is more up than away really. It's a game of head tennis in there as Bishop Auckland try desperately to clear. They do now up to the latest scorer, Rose. His body streaming forward, left and right of him. Great challenge. Ricochet off of Travis Dixon, takes it out as well. There's an injury concern here for the Maidstone defender, and there was also just a little bit of afters on that latest challenge, or something said from perhaps one of the spectators on the near side that the referee just wanted to ensure all was in order with. It's good to continue. Certainly is from a Bishop Auckland perspective, the way in which they've turned this game around. Really strong overall display. Possession given away there to Edor. Free kick Maidstone. And there is a coming together here, and a little bit of afters as it all boils over, and everybody seems to want a piece of the action. Tempers fraying, and there's work to do for the officials here. One of the coaches is onto the field to try and calm the situation down. Expect at least a card. Well, emotions are running high, and just in the last few minutes it started to boil over somewhat. Referee Ian McGuinness having a word with his linesman, ordering the Maidstone substitutes away. The Maidstone free kick was given, but where will the cards be brandished here? Because there were certainly offences worthy of them. To be honest, there's so much happening in there, I'd struggle to identify exactly who did what in amongst it all. It's quite the job for the referee, this. All players dispersed now as well, so he's got to go and pick out those who were guilty in that previous coming together. Yellow card shown, one apiece there. Yellow card shown to Charlie Berry and Jesse Adore, who I believe were the two who originally came together and probably sparked what happened after.
Nice, Harry.
Free kick there was swung high towards the back post. It comes all the way through onto the other side for Gurung. Excellent turn from Gurung. It's the corner. Three quarters of this final play. Maidstone looking to close the gap. Good header out. Cleared away by Rose. To force it. Substitution being called for on the near side, but the referee wasn't aware of that. The game continues. No headset communication for the officials, which makes that somewhat difficult. Dixon. Foul given for Dixon's challenge on a door. Changes for either side then here. Bishop Auckland are looking to bring on Luke Tabbera, and Freddie Ralph will rejoin the action, having started the game for Maidstone. Oscar Hill is back off for Maidstone, and Oscar Hall, I beg your pardon, is back off, and Cameron Hill is on. Free kick given, referee spotted something which he didn't like there. Free kick tally count totting up. Dixon slides it through nicely for Houlihan. It's intercepted well by Cooney back there defending.
Jesse, stay alert, yeah?
Collie it was actually, I beg your pardon, who made that interception for Maidstone. Swung in, it's a good looking ball. Might break free if Bishop Auckland players could have gone out of each other's way. It's crowded in there and ended up with Fawcett getting a shot towards goal, but not with much conviction behind. Still needed saving mind by the Maidstone goalkeeper Savage.
Harry Shaw, Ellis, centre of the park. Go away, take it long there.
Forward from the captain, Crack. Can Maidstone spark some sort of comeback in this final? They've been hoping after such a dream start to it that they wouldn't need to be even contemplating a comeback, but that's the situation that they now find themselves in. Directly out of play. Good ball there into the channel for Berry. To the penalty area it goes, and it was a bit of miscommunication. Those two not quite on the same wavelength there, as it was intended to be left for Dixon, but Dixon wasn't exactly where Fawcett thought he was. Fawcett then coming close to making contact and diverting that goal bound.
Let's try and get on the ball, mate. Go, let him go by himself.
Still Bishop Auckland look to apply high pressure on Maidstone, but this time they break free of that. Hasn't really been a change in the game plan at all, has there, for Bishop Auckland, despite the 2-goal lead that they have. They're certainly not sitting back and trying to hold on to that in any sense. Harvey Longstaff is coming on here for Bishop Auckland. And Longstaff is going to replace Travis Dixon, so good day's work with what role he's played in the game. Travis Dixon, captain for Bishop Auckland. 1 goal to his name. It's the goal that got the comeback started for Bishop Auckland, and I do wonder where they'd be now if they hadn't responded to that Cooney opener so quickly. That gone on longer and Maidstone built more momentum. The course of the game could have been different. This is a difficult situation. It's set back here and it's a shot to goal. It's an excellent block right in amongst the goal mouth to deny Kushal Gurung. As the goalkeeper there was unconvincing. Barron, who came on to replace Johnson.
Come on, Blue, let's go get completion, come on.
Ultimately ended up in a strange situation where he found himself almost pinned by the attacker, as a centre-back might be, but was wearing the goalkeeper shirt outside of the area. Not something you see every day, but it opened up the chance as the ball was set back to Gurung. It was an excellent block. Gurung after this once more. In battle with McLaughlin. McLaughlin wins that battle. Wales wanted that, didn't get it. Instead the cross is delivered more towards the far post. Desperate efforts to keep that in, but to no avail. Over the head of Houlihan. Pushing the back, was that? Yes. Again, temper's just beginning to fray a little bit. Yellow card shown for that. Shown to James Wales. That's third caution of the game, and all for similar offences. Bringing that back to the correct position for this free kick to be taken from. Just trying to keep a lid on the game, isn't he really now, the referee, because it's a difficult game to referee, I can only presume. Headed on there, and there's the goal! A lifeline for Maidstone! It looked unlikely, but the captain, Cragg, heads in. Oh, and in the celebrations there, Cragg's pulled up with cramp. Oh well. He's headed home to give his side a lifeline, but Cragg there, as he charged back to the halfway line, now has an injury concern. Still, Maidstone back to just one goal behind. Still Bishop Auckland in the driving seat with the lead, and of course still the favourites to go on and get their hands on the silverware, but set up quite the finish for us. Somewhat ironic that this is now a break in play, because it was the sprint back to the halfway line, the dart from Cragg, that caused this trouble with cramp, but instead of doing that, they tried to restart the game so quickly. Cragg trying to lift his players. He's replaced here, but what a big goal that could prove to be. I beg your pardon, Cragg just off the side of the field having received treatment, and then back to the full contingents. That actually didn't need to be the case with it being a restart from centre kick, but probably a rule unknown. High ball forward, the goalkeeper will have no troubles in collecting. Cleared long forward by Shadwell. Flicked on here for Gurung. Feels for handball to no avail for Bishop Auckland. Suddenly eyes turn towards the clock. 7.5 minutes to play, plus additional time, which I would expect there to be at least a couple of minutes off. Free kick here for Maidstone. We've already scored one headed goal. We're looking for another from this set piece.
Everyone challenging.
Cooney to deliver. Does so right-footed. It's a high ball straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, and came and gratefully gathered there. Barron sends it long as well. Example goalkeeping. Forward in behind here, and is this the opportunity to restore the cushion between the teams? It is. What a finish to lob goalkeeper Savage and Finley Rose has his second of this final. Just like that, Maidstone's hopes are killed. And surely now Bishop Auckland are well on their way. Pandemonium in the celebrations, the job's not done yet. But the hope that was rekindled, the spark has just been let out for Maidstone. Bishop Auckland being told to keep their heads and keep a lid on things here because they don't want to give anything to Maidstone in terms of a route back into it. What a finish from Rose. To keep his calm. Well, we saw him keep his calm from the penalty mark, so no surprise really, but the technique on it as well, to loft it perfectly over the goalkeeper and have it dip just in time. Excellent. Freddie Preston's on for Maidstone. The yellow card is going to be shown here to Jaden Thompson, who's literally just come on for Bishop Auckland. That's a harsh yellow card in my reckoning. Probably a case of the referee trying to keep a lid on the overall game and cautioning a player for that when it was literally his first involvement in the game. Houlihan down the right side. Might be another opening. This time the goalkeeper comes and manages to gather with open arms. Free kick given against Gurung. It's his third foul in the game now, but still not one of those cautioned as that list tots up in the referee's notebook. Medall for Maidstone, and then Berry, Wales and Thompson for Bishop Auckland are the players who have been cautioned. Just a side note to the main story though, it's Bishop Auckland who are in control now. They had that scare, back very much in a comfortable position. Bishop Auckland ball. Right on battle for possession. It's Bishop Auckland who come away with it. It was sent back by Stewart to Berry. Excellent skill. Forward from Rose, who's on a hat-trick now. Two hugely important goals. Got to be the standout candidate for man of the match, surely. Finley Rose for Bishop Auckland. Excellent display. Thompson's ball in. Longstaff trying to keep it in. Into the final 2 minutes of normal time at the end of the 80. McLaughlin smashes that forwards. Which is the exact kind of area that Bishop Auckland want the ball to be in though, isn't it? With every passing second now, Bishop Auckland edge ever closer. Adore comes away with possession. Throw in launched hopefully to a central position, but it's wasted really. Well intercepted. Stewart. Great turn by Berry. Forward to Rose. Free kick. Berry needs to be careful because he has been booked. Didn't see much in that particular coming together. And I'd be surprised if the yellow card comes out again here. If there is a yellow for Charlie Berry, then it's going to end up in a red, but I think it's just going to be a talking to, because I mean, I didn't see anything worthy of a yellow card. Stewart's ball in, it's spilt by the goalkeeper, and at the back post it's headed wide. Savage was so keen to start the counter attack there, the ball spilt through his hands. "4 minutes added time" is the word from the referee, which has been told to the two coaches down below us.
Don't let him chop! Don't let him chop!
Goal kick here for Maidstone, but it looks now as though the inevitable is only being prolonged, and that being that Bishop Auckland will get their hands on the trophy, or the silverware, the plate I should say, in this competition, with the format of it for teams that have dropped out of the Champions Cup earlier on in the campaign. But it's an achievement in itself really for Maidstone to even reach this stage, but it will hurt tonight, I'm sure, with how the game's gone and the way in which they started it, and then also the hope that they had. It's the hope that kills you. Minute 20 of additional time already played, as Bishop Auckland just continue to tick away the seconds. Goal kick. Go wrong. Free kick. Yellow card for stopping the counter attack there. It's a professional foul, and the word from the bench down below is that it's a good foul. If there ever were a time to take a yellow card, that's probably it. Longstaff shown the caution from the referee. Rose. Longstaff's after this and came close to reaching it, but Luke Savage beat Longstaff to that particular chase. No foul, game goes on. Options left and right here for Maidstone as they come forward in desperate need of a goal. A couple of bodies on the line to block back and defend. Oh, it's been spilt. The goalkeeper's scrambling around like a cat, and it's cleared off the line. Superb defending to anticipate the danger there and get back on the line. What a block that was on the line, because it would have set up the grandstand finale.
That was a good foul.
A couple of players down on the deck at the moment in these closing stages. It was a shaky moment at the back, wasn't it, for Bishop Auckland there. And goalkeeper Barron looked for all the world as though it was going to be turned home. The Maidstone's third, which in all likelihood wouldn't prove to be enough for them anyhow, but what a block on the line. It's a couple of times now, isn't it, in actual fact, that we've seen goal mouth clearances in the end to our right, made by Bishop Auckland defenders. It's that desire to win. It's brought them through in what's been an excellent day's work. Still a bad feeling out there between the two benches and managers Errol Cholly and Joe Mason. It's frustration boiling over probably for Maidstone, but Bishop Auckland, they just should relish and enjoy the situation they find themselves in. They're literally seconds away from being crowned as champions here. Skewed clearance forwards. Out of play on the near side touchline. Frustration shown again by Maidstone and the door, because it's only their own time that they're wasting really, and there's not enough of it in that.
Switch on then. Yes. Boys, I've got two.
Throw taken down the line, and the referee brings to an end this final. Bishop Auckland have defeated Maidstone in the plate final for the under-15s District Boys Cup. What a final that was. Maidstone took the lead early on. Bishop Auckland had turned it around by the break. Maidstone thought they'd given themselves hope, but a second goal of the game for Finley Rose ultimately ensured that the win was sealed for Bishop Auckland. Two penalties in amongst that as well for Bishop Auckland. Two big calls made by the referee. Congratulations to Bishop Auckland and commiserations to Maidstone. An excellent, well-contested cup final. It finishes here at Sixway Stadium in Worcester. Maidstone 2, Bishop Auckland 4.
And now to our winners here this afternoon from the plate final. Bishop Auckland. Ryan Johnson. Ethan McLaughlin. Harry Stewart. Charlie Berry. Jake Toes. Thomas Aspinall. Alexander Beatty. Finley Rose. Ashton Houlihan. James Wells. Noah Fawcett. James Farron. Harvey Longstaff. Luke Tamara. Jaden Thompson. And of course the captain, Travis Dixon. Your plate final winners, Bishop Auckland.